Yeah, on New Year's Day we spent with Daniel Rich, my son and I. He invited us over to get some footage. He was sacrificing a goat, and so I'd seen that a few times. My son probably has seen it from a distance, but we filmed the whole thing. You know, uh, Daniel Rich is a master chef. Like I said, he has his own restaurant. Comes from a family line of Andre Reza is the name of his restaurant. He comes from a long line of chefs and music and good eating. His family owns the McGrowders. They own the best tasting patty shop in Jamaica. My favorite patty shop. Like I said, their veg patties are made with chocho. Is it chocho? I forget what it. If I forget what it's made of, but it's that green fruit like vegetable, and it tastes like heaven. It tastes like a cheeseburger, and everybody like cheeseburgers, even if you don't like beef. You know what I mean? You like a chicken burger, you like a veg burger. You know what I mean? But it tastes like a beef cheeseburger. I ain't gonna lie. So anyway, it's been a blessing. You know. So the point that I'm making is that brotherhood. Anywhere you go in the world, if you're leaving America, even when you're in America and you're going to another town, you need good friends, you need good people, and you need people who you can are confident in to show you the culture, to show you what to do, what not to do, and things of that nature. And on the other side of the coin is be that friend. Somebody coming out of town, you know what I mean? Hey, what's up, man? You know what I mean? Make a friend. And to my black American brothers and sisters, like when we travel, try to get out the resort, so you can make friends, and see how people living, because we have become so westernized, like what I mean, especially as black Americans. It's like we have become like white people. You know what I'm saying? Our black women, they look like white women. You know what I'm saying? And our black men are the lowest on the totem pole in America, because black American men are the lowest on the totem pole, because we are the greatest threat to the white man. Quite honestly, we've raised their kids. You know what I'm saying? We've seen our mothers and brothers and uncles being mistreated, killed in the streets, and the police stopped the help from coming and so the brother die out. How many times have you heard that? It happened to me. You know what I'm saying? So, we've been mistreated, and they have put the black woman on a higher pedestal as us, as black men in America. You know what I'm saying? You take a black man, on average, you take a black man who goes to school as a youth, young boy, compared to a black female, especially an alpha male or a strong black, has leadership traits and all of that. That black boy is going to be persecuted in school. The teachers are going to are going to cater to the little fairy, the little sweet little boys, and the black girls. You know what I'm saying? The black girls are in ghetto schools. They are the teacher. They are the example of a good student, and that's why there's so many black women in college, or with college educations, because they love school. They love it. And I hated school. And it's not that I was dumb, wasn't that I was dumb. It's that there's I would say from elementary school through college. I remember when I was going to gifts for my for business, a little associates, excuse me, little BS associate's degree in business. They had a meeting that they wanted to. There was episode after episode, that I went through with the faculty. You know what I mean? They saw my leadership qualities, and they would have meetings, and they would use a specific reason for me not to show to the meeting because they know I had to. I was a leader, always. In that round. You know what I mean? I had the respect of the students and the staff. So they would ask me to do things to tell the students, and they would want me to, because I was working in the library, and I loved the library because I got to see a lot of people, got to meet a lot of people, create friendships. You know what I mean? And so they saw, how I dealt with people, and they would want me to, be on their team. They would want me to work in like the career office, the office where they get you jobs and all that stuff. And I tried for like a week and stuff, but it was like, it wasn't for me because it was like I was pushing their agenda with the students, and it was like I'd rather be in the library, you know what I mean, and just talk to people, on an equal level. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking on behalf of the school or anything. Like, we just have a mutual relationship. I don't want nothing from you, you don't want nothing from me. Catch a vibe, and I'll say something, to make your day great. You know what I mean? Or just do my job, which is to, be at the students' service to the people, And so, even I have a cousin who's a teacher upstate New York in the Rochester school system. And we had a discussion. He's like, yeah, I was telling him how I hated school. And he's like, yo, that's real, because, by third grade, kids, young black men, strong black men, hate school by the third grade. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, who quits the school most? It's the young black boys. And it's not because of the boys often, it's about the system, because the school is not to educate us to be free. The system is there to educate you how to be at the country's service, which is the business's service. The business is always looking to increase profit. In America, they're always looking to increase profit. They don't care about your quality of life. They're just going to give you enough to be in bondage, where you have to come back the next week and pick that checkup. You know what I'm saying? You were going to have to go there and be addicted to a check for 40, maybe 50 years for most people. Most people graduate what at 17, 18, 19, 18 I'd probably say. So from 18 to 65, what's that, 47 years? 47 years. Yo, that's crazy. 47 years of the same. Doesn't make sense. But they're not educating us to do anything but that. And then we're in training because we're going to school from 8 o'clock to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon in America. So the school serves as two things: a babysit. Ask the teachers because they're gonna tell you they feel like babysitters because their job is to keep the kids occupied while the parents can go out to work and make that money. When we were in elementary school, my mother didn't have to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave that right there. But she didn't have to work. My father, held it down. And it's not like she went to work because, she had to work and all of that. But it was like, basically, it was like, for her to have, like more comfortable life. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is the first few years she was, a housewife. She took care of us, made sure everything was, fine. Anything. I guess when we got older, it was like, she had, we in school. You know what I mean? Let me do something to fill this time. But she, very talented. Like I said, she worked, at Bell Labs for, she retired from Bell Labs, in a hospital bed, and so, she had a, she was, comfortable, led comfortable life. He blessed us, like, we had, everything we needed. You know what I mean? Everything we needed. You know what I mean? And we're able to work. They allowed us to work. So for the things that we wanted. You know what I'm saying? So, grew up, a great life. But, it was like, I was taught to work, I started working at 12 years old, and I worked from 12 years old, till I would say around till about 17, 18 years ago, 17, 18 years. You know what I mean? So from that time, that's when I started running the streets, and it was like, but I was making, minimum wage. I was working full-time jobs, and I was like bring home like $350. That wasn't a lot of money at that time. So that was enough to where it's like you can't pay rent, but like for a teenager it's good money because and I would I stopped going to school when I was 12. In the system, public school. You know what I'm saying? My mother homeschooled us from the time I was 12. So we were able to work and make money and all of that. And so we, that was an advantage, all of us was working, me, my brother, my sister, my father, so we were good, but, and it's not like they had us out there working with like, yo, we need y'all to work, it wasn't that at all. It was just that, we had got, by the time we got, to a certain age, it was like, give us something to do too, because like I said, like, if you learning, so schoolwork is only probably about 2 hours of work that you doing in school. The rest is like BS. You know what I mean? It's going in between classes, going to the bathrooms, going to lunch. You know what I mean? But the actual work time, it's minimal. It's there to make us, to babysit us and get us to used to getting up early, going, leaving, doing something, and then coming back home. And we start doing that for the rest of our life till we retired. And that's why when people retire, it's like people who work regular jobs, they retire as soon as they can. You know what I mean? But people who do what they want to do, and the owners of the companies, and and lawyers and accountants and professionals, they don't retire until they they get to a certain age, and they start working how they want to work, when they want to work, because they don't have to work, but they go beyond their retirement. So that's the system that's set up. So anyway,
P Funk City G.